first. Coach Chiswick said D'Angelo's coming back.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Man of many talents himself. No, I'm excited to have him back. For him, get out there obviously and to make some plays, get an opportunity to. He's got to work his way back into that, but he's actually looked pretty good. For him, it's very important that he gets off to a good start. But also, he's going to provide some more depth on our special teams as well. So all those things are going to be good.
There's been a lot of talk since camp about spreading the ball around and getting a lot of receivers involved, and it really hasn't happened so far. Can you put your finger on why that is?
More of them have caught it. Travon's had a catch, Travante's had a catch, Emery's had catches. When before that, so it is getting done. Travon, he was so excited that he touched it. He was geeked on that, and Quan had it. So I had Emery with a catch, Quan with a catch, Travante with a catch, and T. Reed with a catch. So, and then Lutz obviously had his, and then obviously the back. So it has been, and that's what's funny to me because I hear people say those comments, but when I look back, the stats say different. They all had touches. So now, are there going to be guys that get more touches than others? Yeah. But did they spread out and get touches? Yeah. Because, like I said, there was games where you come out and only one or two had touches. For all those guys at every position to catch a ball in the game, that was big time for us.
How many guys are you getting out there for a significant number of snaps?
Looking at the snap, I think there's 7 guys that have gotten at least 15 or 20 snaps in the game. So, which, I like that rotation there. Again, depends on the type of game that you get in. So, but I feel pretty good about the rotation that we've had. See those guys and keeping them fresh too. So it's been good.
What have you seen from Quan? It seems like he's pretty confident. He gets after it blocking. What do you like?
You love his temperament. I tease him all the time, and I tell him his body language, his temperament. It was the way I tried to play the game, and I tease him about that. I tell him he's just not as good as looking, but the rest of it is about the same. And I was probably a little faster than him, but just he's excited, and to see him enjoy it, and he tries to be physical. He chipped on a defensive end to help the tackle, and he crumbled him. Crushed him. He tried to tell me how strong he was, but really the guy just never saw him. It was like a blindside deal. But that's just him, and I like that about him. And he did make some plays, and there was a couple of times I was disappointed. He caught it and kind of tried to dance. He's got to learn tight turn, But experience is a great teacher, and he'll get better.
You feel like his energy seems like he's always upbeat. I watch him on kickoffs, and do you feel like that could be contagious?
Very much so. Very much so. And again, I'm teasing. He's a better football player than what I was, but that enthusiasm was the same way because you're going to be out there, and I think a lot of times kids forget to have fun, and then, I know fun is winning, but also fun is what you make, and I think he's got to find balance between the two. He knows when he can and when he can't, and it does spread to that team. You watch him talking to McCaleb right before that kickoff return and how he's jazzing him up and jazzing him. Is that the difference in him scoring? I don't know. I know those other guys got blocks, but I know they were both talking about it before it ever happened, before they went out there. So those kind of things are invaluable to this football team.
Going up against the defense is going to be blitzing as much as these guys are. It's certainly going to present a lot of one-on-one opportunities, certainly where the corner's probably going to be on an island. How do you prepare these receivers for that possibility where they're going to have possibly a lot of opportunities?
Yeah, it's a great question, but I think what this team has done a great job of understanding timing of quick routes. So they're sitting on routes because of the quick game, because they're bringing pressure, so they know the quarterback can't stand back there and throw a deep ball or sit in the pocket and read a bunch of different things. And they're smart enough, if you watch the tape against Arkansas, where they know how, because they played it so much, they've done it so much, that they're comfortable being back there. There's some DBs that don't play a lot of man. You put them in man, you can tell by their body language. These guys are comfortable. So we've been really trying to work against press releases, trying to work against, they do a good job of tugging and pulling, because all they have to do is throw the route off just a little bit. And if it's not pass interference, it's incomplete. And I think they did a really good job against Arkansas of doing those things toward the end. where they just bump a guy long enough and give that rusher a chance to get to that quarterback. So really what we've tried to really do is not waste a lot of time at the line of scrimmage dancing back and forth, because while we're doing that, that defensive end is closing on that quarterback. And Kyle's not real fond of that. He'd rather us get off and go. So we're going to try to get that done for him. So, but that's what we've done. We've tried to work as much man coverage and releases and different deals to help that.
Trooper, could you characterize how Scott has been in his first 2 weeks and adapting, watching game film, and his first year with these guys, and how have the last couple of weeks been in communication?
I thought it's been good. He does a great job as far as an even keel and knowing when to turn it up to try to motivate the guys. Great job with organizing packages as far as who's going to touch it here, what area of the field we're going to attack, those things. And for our guy, being a quarterback that can check plays and put us in the right play and do those things, seeing the improvement from Kyle just from the first time we started into this offense to now, we knew we were going to have some growing pains. It's going to take a little while because, again, you're coming from a totally complete different system to now doing an NFL system, and that's obviously been a tough transition. But I think each week we'll get better. People say, well, look from Clemson to Mississippi State, look like you got worse. Well, there were some good things that we did in the game. There were some things that, on offense, where if one or two guys aren't on the same page or didn't execute, it makes everybody look bad. I mean, Kyle took a lot of grief about some of the interceptions, but there were some times where people weren't in the right spot, or protection broke down. And again, he's got big shoulders. I understand that, but to the average fan, just blaming the quarterback for an interception until you dig into the roots of it. But I told him that's part of it. You get way too much credit when we win. You get a lot of credit when we lose. So, but we know as a team it takes all 11 on offense to get that thing done right. But I really think Scott has a great grasp of it. He knows what he wants to do. He understands football. He never sleeps. I don't know. I mean, guys, I'm just telling you, he never sleeps. I thought I was the guy that got 4 hours of sleep, and on this guy, I leave, he's in that chair. When I come back, he's in that same chair that left him in. I'm like, Scott, you probably need to get at least 10 minutes of sleep. But he loves football. I mean, he is a guy that if you're at the table and there's salt on the table and pepper and ketchup, they're becoming wide receivers and tight ends. And I'm trying to eat my sandwich, man, and we're still talking about it. So, but that's just how lefty is.